So, hey everyone, I'm with a very special guest today, Jojo Ryder. He's an executive producer from Hollywood, and he's worked on such movies such as The American Heist and a hit reality TV show such as For the Love of Ray J. So here he's coming to here to make a special cryptocurrency related announcement. But first, let's get to know Jojo Ryder.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be on your platform. I'm super excited about all the new opportunities that we have going on, and just, dive into this. I'm super excited. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. So you're an executive producer. What does that actually mean? What is that role actually?
Well, there's a lot of different roles. You have in the producing level, you have, of course, a line producer that, looks over the budgets, making sure that you're on point. And then you have a creative lead producer. And then what that lead creative producer does is he makes sure that any scenes we do, the actors, the production, and that's really what I do. I'm a lead creative executive producer. And then you have the executive producer role, where basically the executive producer brings the project together, gets the financing for it, make sure everything goes to plan. So when it's a big hit, all the studio executives and all the network executives get all the credit. And then if it goes horrible, the executive producer is taking the shellacking, so it's different levels of producing, of course. And I was blessed enough to, work my way up from a producer, creator, executive producer now. And I'm extremely happy with all the opportunities that I was able to come by. Truthfully, one thing is I never liked taking the proper steps of Hollywood, because in my industry, you have to follow the rules. There's always someone above you and, telling you how to do it. I hate structure, and I hate when people are saying you have to do it this way. I always built a career on doing it my way and showing it that anything is possible if you do it your own way and that what you believe in.
Wow. So it sounds like the producer is responsible for so many things on part of a movie. And then you're this kind of, it seems like this kind of outside of the box thinker when it comes to production. And
Absolutely. I mean, even from the way I started my career, a lot of times in our industry, you have to go to film school, and then you have to become an intern, and then a runner, and then you have to, build it up. I never believed in that. I believe that if you have a vision and an idea, you should have the same opportunities as everybody else. And a lot of times in our business, it's one of those aspects is you have to know somebody, or you have to do favors for people in order to get what you want. And I never really believed in that.
So how did you start then? Like, just out of interest, how did you start getting into this whole business in the first place?
Well, I always loved movies. Movies was my escape growing up. And what's sad is my generation was probably the last generation of getting great films with great dialogue. The movie business completely changed because now it's more about hitting quotas and making sure that budgets are recouped. And now it's more about CGI and action and blowing up instead of the storyline. And that's really where the golden age of Hollywood kind of changed for us. So when I was coming up, there was a strike that happened back in 2007. I think it was a WGA strike. An opportunity of that was reality TV. And at that time, everybody was looking down and frowned upon a reality TV. So when I saw it, I said, hey, this can be a story, because there's no judgment when it comes to art. And producing a movie, being a part of a movie, being part of a TV show, it's still artistic. And what's sad is a lot of people want to put judgment. I personally feel that people that judge, I hate that. So I saw an opportunity and I executed it, and people said that I was stupid. People said, you're not following instructions. You're not following the protocols. You're going to flatline and land on your face. And we had the biggest show of all time. And mind you, no college education, no film degree. It was just me believing what I would want to watch. And from that, of course, you had the board saying we can't give him more opportunities. The more power we give him, the more he's going to be defiant and showing that you can do it your own way. So there was a lot of doors that were closed because they didn't want to empower me to show that anything is possible. And just like how I've always been, forget those doors, and I'm just going to do it my way and the people that believe in me. And that was sometimes where we would have to take a budget cut and do things for a lot cheaper that put a lot more stress on me and a lot more hours, but I want to show that it can work.
Awesome. So you actually really broke the kind of system, really.
Actually,
And
absolutely. You know, reality TV was frowned upon. And then after, you know, our show came out, a lot of networks opened up a reality division. And now reality, you
wow.
know, blew through the roof. And
Is
with that being said, the frustrating part is there's always judgment and there's always, you know, a chain of command. And if you don't follow that chain of command, they try to blackball you out the business. And at the time when I wanted to do it, I wanted to do movies. And they're like, oh, you're a reality producer. A reality producer can't do a movie. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know? So once again, you go to the studios, they try to put that chain of command on you. So the loophole was going to a hedge fund or going through an independent financer that could believe in your project and give you an opportunity to show that it can happen. And what came from that was American Heist, you know?
oh, right.
Because at the time, a lot of people loved the script, but it was, well, Jojo Ryder is a reality producer. He's not a movie producer. So once again, I had to go and show that it doesn't matter about where you come from, who you are, and what you're about, that if you have a vision and a dream and you can have an infrastructure that believes in you, anything is possible. And that's why I'm so extremely excited to have this opportunity about the crypto world, because this is one of an aspect that I feel lines up with how I believe it, you know? So I'm super excited. How's your day going, by the way?
Great. And that brings me exactly to the question I asked you. You know, how did you learn about cryptocurrencies and, you know, what brought you to the cryptocurrency world?
Okay. Well, I've been knowing about the cryptocurrency for over a year and a half, and I always kept my eye on it. And one thing that I'm extremely lucky is my whole team around me are extremely into the crypto world. And everybody around me has the same belief and the same vision of not being judged and not following protocol. You know, we are our own human beings. We are our own ways, and we have our own vision, our own dreams, and we should empower each other instead of following in line. And if you don't follow the chain of command, now you're out. So I was extremely lucky to have a team around me who always knew about it, and we just needed to find that right projects, you know, because as a filmmaker, you don't just have a one-off. You have 4 or 5 projects lined up, and then you say, okay, you know, should we take this to a hedge fund? Should we take this to a studio? Should we go and look for independent financing? So I always had my eye and opportunities on coming into this market. I just needed to make sure me coming in this market, I had something that is going to make everybody proud and everybody excited.
Wow, I'm super excited. So I hear you have a huge announcements regarding cryptocurrencies. So I would love to hear that.
You know, I'm happy to announce that you know, my team and myself, we created an ICO called Ryder Token. And what we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing a crypto fundraise for 4 projects that I have slated: a motion picture, a scripted TV show, a reality script, and a comedy scripted movie. So it's all together. The first 4 projects are something that analytics show are going to hit no matter what. From our feature films, I only made sure that I stack all my projects with A-list talent and known performers and known directors. We have Evan Ross, you know, who's our star actor in it, supported by Cara Delevingne, Terrence Howard, and then we have we have others that I want to mention, but I have to save some because I have a special announcement to make after I say this, so I don't want to just yet. So, you know, and then you know, on top of that, we have a reality show that's featuring Bruno Mars, and it's a hidden prank show. And then we have a scripted show based on true events. And then, of course, we have a comedy with well-known comedians, you know, involved in it. So me bringing this projects to this platform, I wanted to make sure that we don't just make noise eternally. I wanted to make noise to shake up Hollywood, but more importantly, to show that we have a voice, and I want to be that voice. I want to be I want the platform to empower myself and the team and all of us to show a new way of doing filmmaking and producing TV shows. With that being said, you know, my birthday's this week. You
Oh,
know,
happy birthday!
thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's
So,
amazing.
on July 27th, on my birthday, I'm turning 35 years old. So we're going to be doing a 35-hour pre-sale for the Ryder Token, and I'm super excited. And there's going to be incentives for why you should purchase, now compared to when we do the actual, live raise. And I'm super super excited because for the past year and a half, I've been watching everything. My team and I talk about everything, from the crypto world and the markets and what's going on. And I feel that just the general public has a misunderstanding. And I want to be able to come in with enough power to show this is what we just did. And this is the support system we have. Now you guys cannot deny it. And I've never had that, because my whole career, it was, okay, I'll get an investor that believes in me, and I would do a one-off. I would do one project and that was it. And it was, I would get my, hey, good job, JoJo. And then when I want to do a next one, well, we know JoJo doesn't like following rules, and we're going to close the door on him. So being able to have this opportunity that really, for the first time in my career, have a support system to do what we want to do, and being able to bring, everybody together, I think it's time, and it's a blessing, and I'm super excited.
So when I first heard about this project, I was just stunned, because we never seen any Hollywood projects going for an ICO before. And
Right.
Not only were you bringing out a Hollywood project, you were bringing 4 Hollywood projects, and it's got amazing cast all lined up already. So I was just stunned, and I was like, okay, this is the opportunity that the cryptocurrency needs, and this is something that cryptocurrency can help with. This is
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing on it, is I'm not the only producer. There's so many producers that feel the way I do, but they're just so frustrated and scared that they'll be blackballed that they just follow the chain of command. When I was talking to my team, I said, if I'm going to bring my TV and film projects to this platform, it can't be a cute project. I don't want a project where it was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. I want something where we can make noise. That's how I built my career, was making noise. And of course, you're going to have the naysayers, but the proof's in the pudding. If you look at all my projects, from when I did reality TV to motion picture, everybody from the beginning said I was going to fall flat on my face. I mean, you have, For Level Ray J, that's the #1 reality show that was the highest rated of all time. You have American Heist with Oscar winners that people never said was going, that I was never going to get them because it was an independent project. And the bottom line is this, is that there's so many actors, there's so many producers that are looking for a way out to go back to golden age of Hollywood, of just being able to express themselves and being able to do artistic stuff, because some of these studios have sponsors, and then these big corporations are paying them money. So when we're doing a movie, it's, oh no, you can't say this because we're going to make our sponsor mad. And that goes back to, freedom of speech and freedom of creativity. And now there's no freedoms anymore.
Dang.
So I'm super excited to be able to bring this to the platform.
Exactly, and it's great to have cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is all about bringing more freedoms, bringing decentralization, just breaking that current mold. And this is exactly why this is a good fit that I see. And also, I heard with American Heist, it had a very low budget but a very high return. And
yes,
that was astonishing.
American Heist was a $10 million film, and a lot of people thought that we were going to fall flat on our face. And we were lucky enough to get Adrian Brody, Hayden Christensen, Jordana Brewster, Akon to believe in the vision to what we were trying to do.
That's just amazing. So that's absolutely cool, and what you're doing here is just amazing. And not only is it about the golden age of Hollywood, but it's also golden age of funding as well. I heard that you have a lucky draw, some cool packages for sponsors
growing up, I love films like Charlie, Chocolate Factory, where like he won the golden ticket, and in life, I always believe in opportunities. I always believe that there's always somebody who will believe in your vision and give you that chance. And with that is sometimes, you have to make sure that you always give back. So in this situation, we're going to be doing a raffle. And the raffle of when you purchase a token, part of this funding, you're going to be part of a raffle to get a diamond package. And that is a whole different ballgame. You're going to be coming to set with me. You're going to be meeting the cast and crew. You're going to come to wrap parties. You're going to be coming to me with the red carpet. It's just a slew of incredible things that come along with it that are extremely high budgeted, of course, that someone can come in and pitch a little something and have an opportunity to win that huge package.
Amazing, because that's like kind of the VIP, the Hollywood VIP right there, the golden ticket, and the access to.
It's about time, because a lot of times when you watch TV, you don't really understand and get an experience of the business. And that's what I always wanted to do. I wanted people to really get the feel. If you're going to be a part of our ICO and a part of our business, I want you to get the Hollywood feel. I want you to understand from, being on set, being able to see, how a movie is really made. Because if you go from a studio point of view or even TV, there's so many red tape. And that's why when I told my team, I said, listen, I have these projects and I know we want to go to the hedge funds and we want to go to studios, but there's so much red tape that as a creator, I feel like I'm like this, and I don't want to be like this. So I want to be able to have freedoms. And only place that I know that can give us that freedom is, of course, on platforms that we're speaking about. And more importantly, what I love, and my team tells me this every day, is the support system. The support system is there. And you don't get that in my business. You don't even get that in the hedge fund world. So being able to have a support system and being able to have the freedoms to do what you want to do is going to make waves in this industry.
Exactly. That's going to be absolutely game-changing. And I do want to say that over this course of the interview, I never really got to plug all your projects.
The old-fashioned Google is always good.
Exactly. And I've done so much research on you. So if you're watching this and you want to research a little bit more about what Jojo's done, because he's done so much behind the scenes, even, with boxing, you had this huge...
Yeah. I mean, in my career, I've been extremely lucky. I was able to be the president of Sugar Shane Mosley Promotions and be business partners with Sugar Shane Mosley, for the Floyd Mayweather fight, the Manny Pacquiao fight. I was lucky enough to be business partners with Akon and be the president of Con Live and oversee movie projects with Akon. And being able to be with incredible athletes like Sugar Shane Mosley and just learning, because you can always learn, and seeing different dynamics, and being able to be with a megastar like Akon and learn from him. I had a great relationship for 3 years being the president of that company and growth. It just empowered all different aspects to what I'm trying to do. And I'm a reflection of everybody I've ever done business with and who is my partners.
So do Google him. There's a website I'm going to link down below, and all the details of the ICO are there, including the kind of the, by the way, happy birthday. So including the bonus sale there, and including the details of the bonus sale. Of course, this is going to be on Waves platform. So if you guys take a look down below, we can have all the details, and we're going to fill in all the information there. So
quick question. I have one more question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I'm super excited. I just choked right there. But when I saw this and when I saw all the actors lined up, I was like, okay, I have to come in and, talk to you about this. And I'm just super astonished with how many projects that you have done, and a little bit about production as well, because I love watching movies, and, I really want to take part in that. And, I want to party like I'm a VIP. American Heist was 10 million, and I heard you got
114 million.
Yeah, so it's 14 times growth. So it's pretty amazing. Like, honestly, that is just an insane track record.
We still have projects in the back burner with A-list stars that are going to jump. So with me, it's not, hey guys, these are just all the projects we have and that's that. No, these are the projects now. And then when you become a part of this movement, we're going to announce the other projects we have that are extremely A-list, and that's just going to go buku rich. When I say buku rich, I'm talking about some major franchise cartoon projects that were in comic books. That, you know, we have rap moguls trying to do movies. Like we have a few. I have a few diamonds in the back pocket. We can't come and just give everything all at once. And I want them to feel like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to believe in this movement. And then by you doing that, you're not just going to get these projects, but then you're going to inherit all the other projects as well, because now you're part of the movement. This is not a one-off. A lot of times people just want to come in and just get one thing and get quick money. In this situation, there's going to be countless projects that are going to keep on coming. That's going to boost you up.
That's pretty amazing, actually, if you think about it. So that's why it's not just 4 projects. I think we need to really stress that out. It's not just 4 projects. It's the whole movement of projects.
It's been 2 years of strategically thinking about how everyone can be empowered. You know, if I'm going to come in and invest and believe in my movement, well, what's in it for me? You know, because a lot of times investors want one thing from my point of view, and that is security. I don't just want to make money one time and get out. I want to be able to make money along the line and be a part of this journey, and that we control.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to hear, because I don't want this to just be 4 projects, boom, 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 and done. And you know, that's limited in potential, but having a movement is something very, very different. So I think you're very smart there.
That's why we made the Ryder Token, is because it's not just 4 projects. From the very beginning, I told my team and I told everybody, you know, the jump start is the 4 projects, but whoever is in is part of the movement. So now you're going to be on this journey with us. You're going to be on this journey with this whole ride. And with that comes a lot of things. In my whole life, I've never been treated fair. They always try to put me in the corner. Every time I showed them that what I said was right, and I showed them analytics, and I showed them numbers and the gross earnings, they always tried to not be fair with me. And I always proved them wrong.
And I think that's the interesting thing about you, because, you know, if you join the system, you can be unfair. If you join the system, now you can kind of exploit those under you, right? And that's the thing. What I feel from you, what I'm getting from you, is that you want to be fair and you want to treat everyone fair as well. So you were treated unfair. You recognize that this is not good, and now you want to treat everyone fair. So instead of just complying with the system and joining the system, you wanted to actually make the system fair. And
absolutely, and that's how change happens. If I do the same thing what's been done to me, then we're never going to change this cycle.
That's really interesting. That's a really good movement push, you know. And I'm really happy you brought that word up, because with cryptocurrency, it's always a movement, and having this not just being part of 4 projects and being, you know, 4 movies and let's invest and get out, and having this being part as a movement, I think that's a much better idea and much better thing pushing forward. So I'm super glad that you think exactly like this, and I'm super glad that this interview went so well. Like,
thank you so much, and thank you for allowing me to be on your platform and just have a heart-to-heart with you, and thank you for really seeing what we're trying to get done. Thank you so much.
No problem. And you know, this at the start, I thought, oh wow, this